Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher James Ewo, and we are presenting our MROP weekly status reports on a video format for Caltrans tenant story. Here, these are the team members: myself, Christopher James Ewo, Oluyole, and Israel. So these are the stages of our project status so far. We have the acceptance of the project charter, the requirement phase, the design phase, the development phase, the testing phase, release, client presentation, handover of the deliverables phase, and all that. But currently, we are on development phase. Now, from the beginning of the project, we had issues. One of the major issues we had was the fact that we are not knowledgeable in terms of website designing and all that. So we had that lack of knowledge of web designing. Then also for the fact that we had to deliver on this project, we had to research on website designing and get our hands dirty on the best way to go about it. So as a group, we went into researching of the topic of web designing with specification with the specification of using WordPress as our tool. So along the line, one of the deliverables that we are meant to deliver on that project was a group chat for the website for the Caltrans tenant. But unfortunately, during our research process, we discovered that WordPress could not support the group chat. So WordPress was not supporting a group chat plugin. So that was a major challenge for us. Then also we also noticed that for the fact that the group chat plugin wasn't supported by WordPress, we had to now research to say, okay, what's the best way for us to resolve this issue? What's the best way for us to actually get a group chat plugin or a group chat feature that will actually deliver on the project specification? So we came across PHP programming language. So we studied that. And from our studies, we were able to write the codes. We were able to write the codes that will support the group chat. So we were able to now get the PHP to conform with the plugin. So that's how we were able to resolve that. Then another major issue that we had was compatibility issue. The WordPress itself wasn't compatible with group chat, like I already mentioned. Also, we had issue with accessing the back end of the Hostinger, which is the web hosting platform. So we could not access the Hostinger back end initially. So that also was a challenge. But thanks to our project sponsor, who was there for us when we reached out to give us the access. But another major issue that really affected us was time constraint. Due to the fact that we had other academic commitments, that was a challenge for us. So in terms of communication, we had meetings with our project sponsor. The first was on the May 20th to clarify certain issues regarding the project. We also had our second meeting June 7th to clarify issues on the WordPress plugin functionality. Then we also had another meeting within ourselves to clarify. But later we received the details of the Hostinger account from our sponsor on June 15th. So we had series of team meetings. As a team, we had meetings where we discussed issue of the website requirement, website design, database design, analytics, and the chat plugin. So at this point, I'll hand over this presentation to my colleague Israel. Israel, over to you, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Christopher. That was a great job. As Christopher introduced, my name is Israel. I'm going to take on the other aspect of the presentation. Here, I'm going to explain what we did from inception. When we designed when we are at the stage of database design and website design as well. Here we designed the wireframe of the sitemap of the websites. Where every website should have a home page and the features and the chat functionality that was one of the requirements, and FAQ and the contact, and you should also have a location map as well, which is nice to have, so as to know where the location, where the site of the physical location of the property is located. Next, please. Yeah, this is the wireframe details of the website. In here we have the home page that has a menu and a logo, and we have other details like that has about us and the title and the footer. We also have the feature page as well that has the same as what we have in the home page. It has the feature, the header and the footer, and we also have a contact page as well that would have the phone number and the email address of the contact person, and also the Google map that will show where the physical property is located. Next page, please. Yeah, this was what we originally designed. It's a two-way chat functionality in WordPress that does not align with what's with the requirements. So with this, it's just restricted within two people, and it does not have the kind of functionalities that the project sponsor expected. So this is what was necessitated us to go further to do research on other aspects on what would cause us to have that multi-level layer and multi-user chat functionalities. Next, please. Yeah, this is a prototype of database prototype. Now, this is what we intend to do in terms of design of database and the integration of the PHP. This shows the user, every user got to create a log on ID to have access to the chat functionalities. Now that user need to create a password and an account for himself, to be able to go in. So this will have the user ID, the tenant's name, the username, the email address, and the date it was created and when it was updated as well. So it's quite huge because we don't have all the login details. Next, please. This is the group ID. It shows every group and the name of the group and the description of the group. So it's instructive to know that the group, it's what we're talking about here, or what I'm talking about here, are those topics that will be discussed about, like electrical issues, rental issue, or drainage issue, and sanitary issue. Now there's also the description of the issues. Next, please. Okay, this is where we have the full picture of the messages or the details of the topics being being chatted about. If we look closely, it shows the details about what the user's complaints are all about. So here you know what and the top issues, okay, that users are facing and all that, and the details of what they're going through. So at this point, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Oluwole to take on from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Israel. So here I'll be talking about the prototype that we actually developed from the database. So from this visualization, explaining the messages is actually visualization about summary of complaints by tenants. So this visualization explaining the messages by topics, that's the histogram. We're explaining the top 3 topics by message frequencies. So in this place, we'll be looking at the issues, the top 3 issues, which the tenant complained most about, which is the electricity, drainage issue, and sanitary. So you can see we heard that in the top 3. Then the next visualization is the donor, where we explain the top 3 tenants by messages. So this is actually explaining the tenants that complain most about some issues. Next, please. So here, this slide is talking about the activities completed so far. So far, we have done the database prototype. We have completed the database issue because we had some issue in trying to fix the database because majorly the issue we had was getting data, the required data from the database head so that we'll be able to do our visualization analysis. Next, please. So in this slide, I'll be explaining the theoretical cost of the project. So as we can all see from the project, you can see we are currently in the development phase. So we've got past the design phase, now we are in the development phase. So far we have spent 40 hours each. From you can see from the table below it, each and every one of us has spent 40 hours each, and we put the cost at $30 per hour, being a technical issue and being a technical project that we are handling. So each person has about 1,200 cost that has cost in. So in total we have 3,600, and that's the cost that we have engaged in so far. Next, please. So the next phase now, as we are done with the development phase, so we'll be talking about the integration of PHP with WordPress. So as I explained before, that we had some teething issue concerning the database features and compatibility with WordPress. So now we've done so much work that we'll be able to resolve most of our issues, and so we'll be going to integration process in the next phase. So and after the integration process, we're talking about the testing phase, which will follow, as far as we are done with the integration of PHP into WordPress. And we'll also be testing database functionalities because our database has so many functions. So we'll be testing each phase. So whatever will come, or whatever result that we achieve from there. So if we achieve a positive result, then we'll go ahead and close out the project. Next, please. So in this slide, we'll be talking about recommendation. So this slide is about meeting with project sponsor to clarify the issue of the creation, agree, and we also agree on the date of final project presentation and closeout. next time. Thank you so much.